welcome to Unews for Monday, June 10th. I'm Andrea, Linares. David Ortiz, the Boston Red Sox legend known as Big... And welcome back to Unews. A deadly crane collapsed in... And welcome back to Unews. We have new details in a scare at the annual Pride Parade in our nation's capital. Hundreds of people scrambling for safety after a report of a man with a gun, followed by rumors of gunshots. And now a man is under arrest. Grecia Lastra has much more. Police in Connecticut are still looking for the remains of 50-year-old Jennifer Dulos. Authorities now focusing their efforts on a trash plant in Hartford. Dulos is a mother of 5 who has been missing since May 24th. David Romo has more on the search for answers. The 2 men charged in the shooting death of a 13-year-old in Wisconsin are scheduled to go on trial today. It's been said a plane crashed Saturday afternoon in southern Oregon, injuring 2 on the plane. The single-engine aircraft came down on a sidewalk in the town of Medford. And as Gianni Aponte explains, there were signs of trouble even before it hit the ground. Scary to find that outside your home. And coming up next, the fight. Stay tuned. Following the arrest of the head of a Mexico-based church in Los Angeles that claims millions of followers worldwide, he's been charged with a slew of serious crimes, including rape, child pornography, and human trafficking. Valeria Leon brings us the latest from Mexico.
The Light of the World Church, which is headquartered in Mexico, claims to have around 5 million followers around the globe. This Christian organization was founded in 1926 by Mr. Garcia's grandfather.
Leon, Unews, Mexico City.
And now to a story that may or may not stir your appetite. A Costa Rican scientist is promoting a new diet that he says is not only good for you, but also will save you a lot of money and help the planet. But as Giselle Robles explains, you'll have to be okay with eating insects. No matter how much money I may be able to save, I'm simply not capable of eating such a thing, so to each his own. And coming up next... Welcome back to Unews. American Airlines says 100...
In a city like New York with so much car traffic, a new way of transportation is always going to be welcome. But still, 6 million of New Yorkers prefer the subway, especially because it's cheaper.
From New York City, Fabiola Galindo, Unews.
I'm pretty sure many people may be interested in this service because of the fact that you can save a lot of time there in the traffic in New York City. But at the end of the day, most users may not be willing to pay such a high price tag. And now moving on, time now to check in with our very own Carolina Sarasa. She's got a preview of what's coming up during hour 2 of Unews. Caro, happy Monday, and what do you have for us today?
Well, thank you, Andrea. We are following a number of stories in the next hour. More controversy in California. 2 more horses died at a famous racetrack. Many are calling for that track to be shut down. We have the details. And we also have a special report of the new president of El Salvador, that leader, a former businessman who has learned a few tricks from President Trump. And last night, the Tony Awards were held in New York. We have an update on the winners, including a historic win for one actress in a wheelchair and a Colombian choreographer. We have that story and more coming up. Andrea, back to you.
Thanks so much, Caro, for all that information. But first, up next... And welcome back to Unews. SeaWorld is celebrating a job well done. Employees based in San Diego, California went on a rescue mission Saturday to free a sea lion pup from a plastic ribbon wrapped around its neck. Mariti Marungi has the story. And now we want to introduce you to a couple dedicating their life to documenting animals being saved from poor conditions throughout our country, the U.S. Xiomara Gonzalez Gobea is here to tell us much more about this wonderful task that they're doing and trying to inspire others to do the same.
That is correct.
Story, and we also have another touching story to tell you about. You usually don't see police officers out doing yard work.